Looking for Madden 22 Ultimate Team coins? IG Vault has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTSGAMERS for 6% off your order. Are you struggling on defense in Madden 22? If so, make sure to watch this video. It's going to be a game changer and greatly improve your defense. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com, and I'm super excited for today's Madden 22 video. I'm about to show you guys one of my favorite defenses to use in the game that will get you guys more stops and make you a much better defensive player. It's very good coverage, and it's also going to be able to stop the run and get a little pressure at the same time too. Defense is super hard in Madden 22, let's be honest. We all could use as many tricks as possible on defense to get better. Now, when you guys play online, I'm sure you guys have noticed a lot of people run the gun bunch offset. These formations are really hard to stop. There's a lot of flats, corners. There's a lot of one-play touchdowns, crossing routes, just really hard things to stop. And this defense is going to do a great job at that. So I personally use the Baltimore Ravens playbook on defense. The formation I want to look at is nickel 3-5 wide. Super good formation. Was really good last year. Was really good this year as well. You can find this formation in other playbooks too. I just personally like using it out of the Ravens playbook myself. Guys, if you're looking to get better at Madden 22, make sure to check out sportsgamers.com. I actually have a Baltimore Ravens defensive ebook. It's our Madden 22 defensive domination guide where we go over the Baltimore Ravens playbook. We have 5 or 6 different formation breakdowns with blitzes, coverages, run D, everything you need to get better at Madden 22 on defense. So I'm going to put a link to that in the comments description as well so you guys can check it out. And if you enjoy my YouTube content, make sure you subscribe, drop us a like as well. It does help us out a lot. Now this formation, substitutions wise, you can put a safety in a middle linebacker, and that's generally the spot where I use her. So I definitely put someone who you're comfortable using in this spot. We're going to go ahead and put Clinton Dix here. And then you can put your best linebackers on the edge, like we're going to do right here. They're going to be in coverage a lot, so more so than anything, they should be guys that are effective in coverage. So I'm not going to put like D Ford in. D Ford, I'm actually going to sub in on the D line. I'm going to go ahead and drop Armstein down at D tackle. So with this defense, you will be rushing 3 a lot, so I'd recommend that you have a good defensive line that's going to be able to get some good pressure for you guys. So the coverage we're going to look at, or the play I should say we're going to look at, is the cover 4 show 2. So with this defense, I would also recommend with your coach adjustments that you turn auto flip on, and you have to have your zone drops off. If you turn your zone drops on, it's going to cancel the match coverage that's built in this play, which we don't want that to happen. So let's look at some of the more popular plays right here in the bunch. Something very common is the Z spot and go type, where you have corners and flats, something like that. So we're going to move the ball back and give ourselves some room to work with. Guys, if you give me 250 likes on this video, I will drop another fire defensive tip for you guys free on my YouTube channel. So let's try to get to 250 likes on this video ASAP. So with this coverage, it's pretty simple what I like to do. I'm going to break down how it works exactly, but we're going to use this middle linebacker. And what I generally do is I take this blitzing linebacker and I either put him in a hook zone or I man him up. If I man him up, normally I man him up on the tight end or sometimes the slot receiver. It kind of just depends upon what the offense is doing. Now, as far as the way this coverage works, let me explain really fast. You guys can see the quarter flats on each side of the field, one on the left, one on the right. Essentially what their job is to take away the first offensive player that hits the flat. So on each side of the field, doesn't really matter who it is. So on the bunch side, if it's a tight end, receiver, whatever, the first guy attacking the flat, he's going to pick him up. Now over here, if the running back goes in the flat, he'll pick him up. If the running back doesn't go in the flat and maybe someone comes over the middle of the field from the right to the opposite side and on like a drag, he'll, kind of sit over and wait. And then once he does come over the middle and into his flat, he'll take him. So the outside quarter zones, they're supposed to basically match routes that go deeper on the sideline, like a corner route, a C route, stuff like that. The safeties, they're actually supposed to match guys going deep. Now, on certain route combos, it's a little bit different, but there are actually ways that you can you could trick these safeties in their deep zones. However, the way deep halves are right now, like last year, what I did a lot of times was deep half the safety on the bunch side. I mean, you can still do that. The only thing is, like, this year deep halves are just so bad right now. I don't even know if I'd like to do that too often, but that is a way, if you see someone knows how to kind of confuse your safeties that are matching, that you could counter that. Your job really as a user is just to guard the middle of the field. You know, maybe like posts, slants, deep in routes, just that type of thing. So let's just show some examples. It's a 3-man rush. So this is a very common concept right here with the streak, corner, flat. So you guys can see, like, I really don't even have anything to guard myself because everything is taken away by the CPU. And as you guys can see, it's lockdown coverage. There was nothing open there. We'll show some more examples, but just quickly in the replay, I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. See how the running back is taken away by this quarter flat on the left, and the tight end is taken away by this quarter flat on the right. Now our deep zones are matching the out-breaking routes deeper on the sideline. The C route right here, and then also the corner route over here. And as you guys can see, you try to throw the corner out, mostly it's going to get defended very well, just as you guys see here, as our DB is able to. He should have picked this. I think he actually ended up dropping it. But as you guys can see, he's got extremely, extremely good coverage right here. Very, very good coverage. Then the safety, he's preventing the deep ball. So we'll do that one more time. Again, only adjustment I'm making here is I go ahead and put the blitzing linebacker in a vertical hook zone. I mean, you could press. The problem with pressing is then you might get bombed. So you got to be aware of that because then your safeties come up in the box. And it's just not a good idea this year to press. So I normally don't, but just to show you guys what I'm talking about. I mean, you see what I mean? If you press, how you might give up a free touchdown. That's why I don't recommend pressing out of this defense. Do not press, in my opinion. You can if you want, but it's dangerous. So if you see, again, what I'm talking about, we're not going to press this time, and notice how what just happened is it's not going to work. If they were to try to do that, you know, we're going to be over on top of the route, and we can just click on and most likely get a pick. So that's the danger of pressing this year and why I don't recommend doing it. So let's show some other route combos. One of the most common plays that people are running right now is verticals, it's HB under, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's different if it's in bunch or just bunch offset, but this play is so hard to stop. It's just absolutely insane how good this play is. And this is a play that's, you know, popular in a few different formations, similar concepts. But basically, this play is a super good crossing route. It also can attack the flats, and then there's a glitch on this play for a free touchdown. So, this is actually a really good defense to counter that. We're going to do the same thing, just again, same setup, just put the linebacker just blitzing in the hook zone. So, again, it's kind of what it's going to look like. Now, here, remember, this crossing route is dangerous. That's the most dangerous route on the play when you're in this type of coverage. So, we're going to look to help out on that ourselves. Like, I'll play the running back for a second, but then I'm actually going to help out on the crosser, because as you guys can see, if I did not guard that crosser, he probably was going to get open. And, you know, that time, the pressure was a little bit slower than we would like for a 3-man rush, but, you know, we were able to take the first routes away, so they couldn't find anything open, and eventually had to take the sack. As you guys can see here, pretty much, honestly, like right here, this is why you need fast DBs on this year's game, because this might have been a touchdown, and it's just because Lamb just got on top of the player in this year's game. If you're even, most of the time the offensive player wins. It's just crazy. But if you have faster DBs, that won't be a problem because we're not pressed. But anyways, here you guys can see that this crossing route actually would have got open against the match. The safeties matched on him, so that's why you see I was trying to go over there myself. Probably should have did a better job because I don't even know if I would have got there because I was a little bit late. Let's do that again. So again, you guys got to just, you know, do a good job of recognition of routes. You see a crossing route like this, you already know you're going to have to help because most of the time that's going to beat a matched defender. So we're going to have to take that away. Now, let me show you another example of a play that will be a bit different. Let's look at mesh post, because this is going to have different route combo where it's a lot of drags and routes over the middle of the field. And you definitely want to be aware of how this defense reacts on all sorts of different plays, and not just the most common, like corners and crossers and that type of thing. So with this play, you see we have a flat by the tight end and then 2 drags. So as the user, my job is going to be to basically bait between the drags and then the post. All right, so I can kind of like sit down, and then I can basically come back over the middle of the field and help out whoever I see coming open. Like right there at the last second, I saw that they were going to try to probably throw that, so I try to get back onto the route bouncing out or into the middle of the field. but really there wasn't anyone open initially. You guys can see that we take the tight end in the flat. We have our outside corner. He's actually matching on this drag, and I kind of just helped out on him initially. And like I said, the other quarter flat, once he sees that the drag is coming from the right to the left side quarter flat guards him. So I'm just kind of like helping out, guarding each drag for a split second, and then passing them off to the defenders that eventually are going to guard them. And then once I see nobody's open because the post is getting matched by the safety over here, basically I just know that at this point, the only thing that's going to beat me is a broken play, so I'm just watching for different routes to bounce. As you guys can see here, bounces to the middle of the field. That guy breaks the sack, so I try to go over there and break it up. So this defense is also really good against the run too. I want to show you one example of that before we move on. But the reason why it works really well is because, first of all, nickel 3-5 wide is a solid formation against the run as long as you don't spread out the line. If you spread out the line, it's a lot harder to stop the run this year, I feel. But the safeties that are in the cover 4 deep zone, they're going to react to the run pretty fast. So if they do run the ball, they're going to react to the run pretty quickly. And, I'm able to shoot in there myself to make a play. This defense is very easy to use, as you guys can see. Really, it's only one adjustment to adjust this linebacker that's blitzing right here. It's very user-friendly. It's going to work very well against the run and the pass. And if you have a good D-line, you will get some pretty quick pressure as well. They're not going to just have all day, even though it's only rushing 3. Now, if your D-line is not that great, you'll definitely want to mix in some blitzes just to keep the offense off balance. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.